So we're back in the studio right here at Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. Everyday Money Matters is live, and we're wondering what really is happening with Naira and dollar. Why does it increase and not decrease? What is the cause of this? Is it humane? I mean, so many things to look at this morning. Wade, officially, good morning to you.
Good morning, Kayode. Welcome to Everyday Money Matters, brought to you by Naira Metrics.
That's it.
I am Wade, a member of the Naira Metrics team.
Great. A senior member, that is.
Well, a member of the Naira Metrics team.
Anyway, I mean, you heard the voices of Nigerians. Nigerians are agonizing right now. Cost of, I don't. The last time we spoke, rice wasn't 77 yet.
It's 77 now.
No, I mean, last time we spoke, it wasn't 77 then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it 77
It's
now?
going beyond 77 now.
Wow.
It's got like 80 something. That's what I hear. I haven't bought rice.
Well, wait, I need to ask my people to go do. These days, you need to do market survey every other day.
Because
every other day.
It's just.
But we'll get by. We'll get through it. I'm sure Nigerians are resilient.
But is it resilience we need, or is it understanding the system and looking for a way? Because when you say resilience, it means that we're just getting by. Anything that comes, we take it and we look for an alternative. Should we be doing that right now, which is what we've been doing for so many years, or should we now be sitting down to say, okay, this is what is happening. Why is this happening? Let's take this angle as a people.
I'm pondering.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just say, should we be resilient right now, or be proactive, be innovative? Should we be?
But let's remember one thing, that resilience brings about innovation. Nigerians have, over the last, for as long as I can remember, have become extremely innovative. Okay. Nigerians are the ones that you push them to the wall, they dig a hole in the wall and create
okay. Maybe let me ask that question this way, so you understand the innovation I'm talking about here. Okay, let's say resilience has a lot more to do with personal solution out. Should we be looking at that resilience that more at all I go get by, or should we now be, like you were saying earlier on, should we be at a point where we are participating to ensure that by fire by force we will get what we want out of this?
Well, that's where we should be going to. But when you, in my own opinion, when you have a system that is so skewed towards it's about me, do you understand? Then that's why you become extremely resilient, that I will get by, I will find my way around, I will do the things I have to do, I would not sleep at night and walk. Do you understand? I will walk 20 out of 24 hours in a day just to make sure that I'm fine, rather than collaborating and creating a system whereby you look at how the synergies of everybody can multiply a system that would grow better, and so on. And it just brings me to the basic Nigerian analogy, from the small generator to the big one.
I better pass my neighbor.
Rather than how do you collaborate within a system to provide a more sustainable way of dealing with whether it's community, societal, or national interest as a whole. And I think that mindset is what has turned us into more resilience rather than more proactive in terms of dealing with the issues that these issues are not new. Just before we came here, we were looking at
newspaper clippings from
1988. The same thing about power crisis, the same thing about Japa. So when I tell people that every decade there's a new Japa series, it's called Japa now.
It was called Andrew. It was called Andrew.
So people stop naming their children Andrew. And so there are so many things. And whether it's food, whether it's even the Naira depreciation, it's just it's become a cyclical occurrence, and every new person that comes after every 10 years, boom, we go back and reset, and that's how we are.
Well, that is sad. That's a way to live. And when you talk about this resilience, I will get by. One thing that makes me hate that idea is traffic. Because it's that mentality that causes traffic a lot in Lagos. There's a bit of stop in front. Let me just veer off into this way, and you move and you block everybody.
It's the mentality of I must be the
survival.
Head. No. Okay. It's not survival. I must be the head, and it comes from a number of things. You pray, I must be the head of this. Not everybody can be the head of anything. Mm-hmm. There must be a leader. There must be followers who ensure that how the vision of the leadership is going on. Yeah. But you tend to find today, and I guess it's something that has been in there for a while. Is
kept growing it.
Yeah, and it kept on brewing, and everybody wants to be. Oh God, let me be the head. No, there must be a tail.
Yeah.
If the fish had only the head, then it can't swim in the water.
And we don't even understand what being the head means, because the tail is also the head. Without the tail flapping, the head will not go anywhere. And
these are the realities we need to face.
Anyway, let's look at this now. A lot of Nigerians are confused, as I am. When you talk about inflation, you heard experts like you say headline inflation is mainly affected by food inflation, which is now 33 or so, and the next it might hit like 40 with the depreciation that has happened in the last 1 week.
That we might hit 44% on inflation.
Exactly, food inflation. Yeah. So, in one breath there is that, and in other breath, some experts are saying, or experts and Nigerians in general are saying, it is the forex floating that caused this. Some are saying, it is subsidy gone. Then you ask a question, but the real value of petrol has not really increased in the last 9 months. So really, what really is happening to Naira-dollar relationship? Is this a case of irreconcilable differences?
It's not a case of irreconcilable differences. It's a case of so let me try and use this analogy. It's a case of husband and wife having an argument. Are you with me? And one party deciding that, you know what, let me go in one direction, and the other one says, oh no, I would go in my own direction, rather than looking for the common things that make you make that household better. What are the things that help you ensure that unity and they say two heads are better than one syndrome is what you use, rather than I'm going like this, I'm going like that. And for me, that analogy just best captures what is going on. There are a number of things that we need to do simultaneously, and we can't see that being done. To be fair, the monetary side, the CBN has continually tried to use monetary policies to drive the exchange rate to at least stabilize. And you would hear me every time I speak about the exchange rate, it's about stability first. Because once you have stability, people can plan. But on the fiscal side, are we seeing the same approach? I know that the Minister of Finance is having sleepless nights the same way the CBN governor is having sleepless nights, and they're trying to marry both sides and see how they can work out those things. But that's where really the issues are. If we're continually spending the way we're spending, then we're not going to see this relationship that is gone a bit sour improve. And that's my opinion. Like I said, the CBN is doing everything in its power from a monetary policy perspective to try and up foreign investments, whether it's foreign portfolio investments into the country. For instance, treasury bill rates has gone up as at the last treasury bills issued from an average of 11-12% to an average of 19%. So these are things that the CBN is trying to put in place towards ensuring that at least they can stem that tide, but it's not happening. And when that exchange, being an import-dependent country, when the exchange rate continues to go up, or when Naira continues to get devalued against the dollar, then cost of things will continually go up because we bring in more than we take out. Okay. And I think there are a few things that we can do, and these are quick ways that the government needs to think about of how we can export things that we can quickly export and get some additional foreign exchange that goes directly into the market.
All right. So largely you're saying in the monetary aspects, we're not doing badly.
Yes.
But in the fiscal policy aspects, we're not seeing the commensurate.
They're trying because it's a supply issue now. We don't have investors who are willing to bring their money into Nigeria. A number of things. Like I said, treasury bills rate have gone up. We're waiting for MPR next week, Monday, Tuesday, to see what the direction is. We do believe, based on my discussions with some of the analysts that I know, everybody's saying, MPR, monetary policy rate, will go up. Some people are saying maybe by as high as 2 basis points. We're thinking it could be as high as 5.
Okay, wow.
500, about 500 basis points. That's 5%. So we might be looking at MPR at about maybe 23.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but you need to stem that tide, and you can see, like I said, what CBN is trying to do: mop up excess liquidity in the system. Treasury bills rates have gone up. They issued some bonds yesterday or a few days ago. Not that it was fully subscribed, but the rates are more competitive than it used to be. So there are a number of things that from the monetary policy side that's been done. How do we put in the same commensurate amount of energy from the fiscal policy side? And I haven't seen that, in my own opinion, because there's still a huge
right now in terms of,
in my opinion, huge waste in terms of governance expenditure.
So, and that is part of the, you've answered the question in part, that if you're talking about fiscal policy and what we should be doing right now, what are some of the basic things we can do right now that will make it commensurate to the efforts from the monetary policy side?
I think some of the things quickly off the top of my head is, what are the things that Nigeria can quickly produce and export to earn direct foreign exchange? It could be having a system of saying, okay, you know what are we exporting in terms of, it could be agricultural
I was going to say, beyond agricultural produce, what do we have?
So those are things that we need to quickly look at. What can we export quickly to bring in that foreign exchange, at least to stem that part, and making the ease of exportation better, so that way we can export, we can see the dollars coming in, work arrangements with whether it's the producers or the farmers, and see how we can start to earn additional foreign exchange aside from crude. While you're battling the issues of crude theft and all, but that for me is a low-hanging fruit that we can get out. Is it process? What are we processing quickly that we can export, and the government will encourage that, so that money comes back into the system. Okay. I don't have a clear idea of a number of them, but those are things that we should be looking at quickly.
All right, and this idea of getting dollars, we heard recently that they're working around getting about $10 billion into the system to balance this out. But one would ask, the 2.25 out of the 3 billion from the Afro-Exim Bank that we received earlier this year? Have you seen the impact on the economy at all, or the forex?
We always talk about velocity of money, and velocity of money does a lot to an economy. Okay.
So and when you see velocity of money for financial ignorance like us,
the speed at which money, exchanges.
Okay.
So you have 3.3 billion. I'm not sure if the balance has come, but I'm sure it has come.
Okay.
Because it was supposed to come at the end of January.
Okay.
Now, you must remember that if I have a mighty hole, are you with me? And the first thing I do is, what can I get to quickly try and start to plug it? But we must continually put in that sand, so that we can see that, okay, even if it's going down, but we can see it coming up. But we don't have that. So the 3.3 billion, yes, has come in. The CBN has used it. We saw some points in time where the the rate of movement wasn't that steep, but there's none anymore.
It's not consistent.
Consistency. And if there's no consistency, there's no trust in the system. And if there's no trust in the system, then this is where we find ourselves. The demand definitely is higher than the supply.
Demand is higher than the supply. Now, with all what we're going through, and we hear of impending national strike by labor, we've heard ASU, we've heard the Natural Oil and Gas Association or so of Nigeria saying the tools will be down at the end of the month if certain things are not done. What are your hopes for of the outcome if all these things go into action?
We're talking about economic challenges. It could lead to economic collapse, but I don't think that will be the case. What I think would happen is they would have some negotiated settlements, quick fix, although this administration hasn't been really forthcoming with a number of previously agreed terms and conditions. So it's really an issue that we need to deal with. We can't with all the things going on, we can't also allow the economy to shut down completely. And we've seen what has happened in the last couple of days with transport owners.
Yeah, NATO.
Yeah. And we've seen the impact on petrol.
How did you get here this morning? Awolowo Road.
Oh, it wasn't as bad. I left home early.
Okay.
Got here at 6:35.
Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't want to get here at 7.
Even before 6, 2 lanes were already closed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I was even going to announce that if you're coming on a lower road, look for the alternative route. And but anyway, now in spite of all this, Nigerians are asking a question. Now we want to go more of people-centered discussion that some companies are going through a lot, fueling the company, the business, in light of no light.
I like that.
In the light of no light. And now, some are saying it is very inhumane for a company to let go of the staff, that right now what they should be doing is what BUA did, give 50% increment in salary. I hope my boss is listening. But a lot of these things are ongoing, and the question is it inhumane for a company to terminate an employee's, appointment during such a period?
I don't think it's inhumane. I don't think it's inhumane. We also must remember the fact that if business is not making money, sometimes some of these businesses are paying out of their reserves, meaning that out of their pockets, especially for small businesses, monies are not coming in, so the owners are practically taking their savings and trying to manage, that let's not lay people off. But when the chips are down, you're running at losses. The rate at which expenditure cost is rising in comparison to the revenue that's coming in, and there's really no alternative. The other alternative is for the business owner to tell you know what, I'm shutting business and I'm going to sit down at home until I think I can
revive this or get some money.
Until the economy starts to stabilize, because I can't plan, I can't do anything. So take this one and let everybody go home and let me go and at least survive on my savings, and that's it. So I don't think it is. It's the situations of the businesses that determine the number of this.
Wow. And just for the records, if the NPR goes up to, you're saying at 23, if it goes up that high, it means everybody that's taken a loan earlier on will be affected, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We just have to say that so that people know. Not that I've taken a loan. I don't take loans. I'm just,
I love your courage. But that's the reality.
That's the reality. Yeah. That once it goes up, it's legal. Just to let Nigerians know. Is it legal for the institution to apply directly, or they need to wait for this loan you've taken to be spent before
the interest rates, the new interest rates will kick in? I'm sure the minute they announce it, by the next morning, open of business, and if it's during business hours of the previous day, maybe it might be late. So by the next morning, I'm sure the rates would have escalated, and they would send out messages to their customers.
All right.
They usually do.
So there's no need for us to go to Twitter and start attacking the institution that, oh, you people deceived us.
Well,
you told me this and now you've increased this. It's not.
There are different categories of customers. Some will still complain.
Okay.
Some will take it in the spirit of it and say, well, if I can afford it, I pay. If I cannot afford it, we'll go look for a resolution of how would realign the loan structure. And some that says, well, you can come and collect the collateral. And if you find
and let me breathe.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. What a way to go. Well, I think we need to draw the curtain here right now. It's been
time
always
flies when we're talking about money.
Yeah, especially the Forex issues.
Well, we will get by. We'll get past it. I don't know how quickly, but once we can sort out the supply side, then we might just be in that direction. But like I continue to say, first and foremost, we just need to get the stability of the exchange rate.
Can Nigerians do anything to help the government work this out? I mean, individuals.
Oh yeah, they can. You can help supply foreign exchange into the market if you do have it.
Okay.
If you have foreign businesses that make some form of foreign exchange and you think you want to come and you think you can invest in Nigeria, then you can do that also as individuals or as corporate bodies who have, or Nigerians in diaspora who have corporate organizations are liquid enough to them to be able to say, okay, let's come do some investment. And by so doing, bringing to invest, then you have more dollars. But I think it's just the ability for monies to continue to oil the system and the speed at which it goes round. What is happening now is it's so slow, and the quantum of money is not high.
The demand is so high. I think I need to go into farming. That might be a way out. Thank you so much, Wadi, for coming through.
Farming, you will need tractors and you will need foreign exchange to buy them. Thank you for having me on the show, Kadi. Have a great rest of the week.
Great. And remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays on X, the Twitter Spaces.
Yes.
We still call it Twitter Spaces, right?
That's what I call it too.
Twitter Spaces, Tuesdays, Friday, and Thursdays.
6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
To 7 p.m. That's it. So be a part of it. And right now, we say thank you for coming. Thank you for listening at home. And we'll draw the curtain right now.